Cheers, welcome to UNCUT. I'm your host, Sean C. We are back. We are back. We are back. Some of y'all may not have gotten a memo, but the reason why we haven't had live streams the last couple of weeks is because my son was in town, and wasn't even going to do a live stream today because it was hard seeing my son go away. And but I felt like, I wanted to be here with you guys today. I wanted to be able to talk with you all. All right. We don't have as many clips today as you might think, but I want to open it up for more discussion today. And there's more things that we're going to be doing here at the channel, in which case I'm going to talk to you guys about as we go on with the live stream. But before we get started, I want to give a shout out to the gents. Thank you to everyone who continue to support the videos that I've been putting out. Even while my son was here, I still tried to get some videos out. Thank you for everyone who supported this channel through that. And, I've been doing a lot of research, and a lot of people are talking about how since the algorithm changes, more AI is involved. Ever since that's happened in the beginning of the year, some people are saying their views down. Some people are saying, their money down. Some people are saying their subscribers go away. And some people are even getting their channels taken away. And I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you gents for continuing to stand fast. Because the one thing I do see is that YouTube may not be pushing this channel out like it used to, but my subscribers are there. So I want to thank you gents for continuing to support this channel. And I got things to work on. Trust me, I got things to work on. Okay, let's see who we got up in here today. We got Young Hazrat. Shout out to Young Hazrat, one of my members. Shout out to you, brother. First one here, too. Shout out to Jay. I'm going to go to, he got a lot of comments, so I'm going to go to this one right here. He said, this stream fit to be a W. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I only have 6 clips that I'm going to show you today, Jay and gents, but there's a lot to discuss within those clips. And again, we'll talk about that when we get there. We're going to jump in here pretty quick, okay? Shout out to King, my moderator, long time. Look, my brother here, my brother in battle here on the channel. Thank you for being here as always. We got our boss in the house. Checking in, gents. Our boss, great to see you. I get it. Some of you guys may have to check out. I get it. Jay says you're welcome. Thanks, Jay. I appreciate you, man. AI is really dangerous. Yeah, man. There's the upsides that we see, but there are a lot of evil people right now who what they want to do with AI is the stuff of nightmare fuel. Like they don't care about having this Star Trek utopia, right? That's not their plans. It's all the movies that we talk about that you see that human existence is secondary to the people that got the money, that got the means and the ways, right? Those people, what they want to do is they want to technocracy, right? Basically, they think that they can do better. They're smarter than the rest of us, the ones who are in the technology field. And they want AI to be able to control society. And you're like, how do we get here? But the truth of the matter is you get here with a bunch of stupid ass people and greed. That's how you get here. Anyway, I didn't want to go on that rant, but that's what the hell is happening. Okay? Listen, one of the things that we starting to see today is that, and I have a bunch of clips, right? I am so backlogged. There's the me that's trying to keep up with everything that people are talking about and the clips that are coming out. And then I have a backlog of clips about shit that I want to talk about, that I saw as I was going through finding stuff. And then there's a backlog of folders on like all kind of topics that have a bunch of clips in them that I need to get to. And I can't make the videos fast enough. That's why y'all support is integral. So what I did is you're going to notice that we're probably going to change up how the live stream flows. And as you can see down here, usually, my sponsors are people who decide to super chat, cash out, all those things like that. And I say, if you're a sponsor of the channel, you get priority and saying. from now on, not only are you get priority on me reading your comments, but I'm going to start doing something that Kevin Samuels did. And I'm going to structure the clips such that I'm going to clip them, I'm going to add a couple extra clips to it, and I'm going to start making smaller videos because that would help me. It would take some of the load off of me in terms of making videos. Also, Kevin Samuels and others are very successful doing it. I think this channel should be following that same mold. But the difference is, gents, is that if you become a sponsor, even whatever the minimum amount you can give on a super chat, and you give a thoughtful comment, I will try to get you in on those videos. I will highlight your comments if it is substantiative. How come I can't say words today? Words is eluding me today, people. The words are just leaving me right now. If they're substantive, I use that word instead. If they're substantive, they will be featured in those video clips, okay? Because I want you all help and donate to the channel. I want you to be on screen. I want people to know that you gave, and I want your words to shine through. Again, make sure it's not obscene or anything like that, and I'll get you in those video clips. I thank you all for that, okay? I want to make TSG going forward more centric to what you want to hear and what y'all want to talk about, okay? I don't really talk about celebs that much. Those videos don't do too well, but I want y'all to know I want the gents to be more central to this. So you got to just stick with me through these changes, but I just want to make this channel better. And I can't keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. I gotta evolve as a content creator. So with that being said, I'm going to open it up let's get to a couple more comments and we're going to get to our first video. All right. Shout out to the champ. Thank you for being here, man. I appreciate you, brother. Mighty Pharaoh, great show, great channel, great info, great video clips. Please keep doing what you're doing. Thank you for this comment. Thank you for this comment. Because in the comments, you all are telling me that you all are enjoying the videos that I'm making. Y'all enjoying how deep we're getting into some of these topics. Y'all enjoying me putting together the content that I am. And then YouTube isn't pushing these videos out anymore. So I got to figure that part out. I don't know why. And what I've been told is not just me. Something is going on in the YouTube landscape right now. And a lot of people are suffering through it. Okay, so we'll figure it out together, but I know that this channel is just as successful as you all make it, and I am eternally grateful to each and every one of you guys, and to my gents, to my members who give me the inspiration to keep going. Thank you. All right, Mighty Pharaoh, love you, brother. Love you too, Mighty Pharaoh. Thank you so much. Let's get in to the first topic, shall we? So, listen, we have to be honest about something, okay? All right, when we talk about this wife debate that's going on right now in modern society, everybody has something to say about it, and it comes down to gender roles, okay? Or at least everyone has something to say about gender roles. But I'm going to tell you, this is what people get wrong. Right? This is what people get wrong, right? Gender roles is not about submission, right? It's not about slavery. It's not about one person being the boss, right? It's about alignment. And what we see in today's society is that we have a bunch of people who are not in alignment. We have women who are not in alignment with the men or with men when it comes to marriage. Now, let me first say that we as men have our own responsibilities. And we'll talk about that here soon, right? But that alignment, can you be what the other person needs when they need it? Can you be what your partner needs when they need it. And I'm going to add something else before we start this clip. And I'm going to look at right in the camera when I say it. Can you do it unselfishly? Can you do it unselfishly? In this clip that I'm about to show you guys is a round table of black men and black women discussing just that. Should a woman mold herself into the wife that her man needs? Or should she continue to try to maintain her independence at all costs? Okay? Let's take a listen, and I'm going to tell y'all what I think about it on the side, and then I want to hear from you guys. Okay? So let's get to it. Uh-oh. What's going on? Hold on. What is going on? I thought I set all this up earlier. Oh, I think I know what I did. Please let me know y'all can see that. And then put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear it. First of all, let me do something real quick. Shout out to XL Pro. Shout out to Matrix. Only when it's convenient for them. XL Pro is telling everybody salute. Thank you all for being here. All right. Initial thoughts. Jay says no such thing as a good wife. Wow. Damn, Jay, that's cynical, brother. Not only enjoyed it, but you're waking brothers up. We need to wake up. I 1,000% agree. And I think that we are. I just think that we need to realign for what it is that we want, right? For what the community needs from us. And it starts with us. And that's us waking up. And that's us being the voice of reason. Because that's what men used to be. Men used to say what need to be said. And you listened. I listened. All right. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear this. Let's go through this discussion. That is about 2 minutes and 24 seconds long. Please stick with me through this. And let's get started.
This is free game for women. Men choose their wives. So if you want this man, you want to be his wife, be everything to him. Be his peace, be his freak, be his secretary, be what he needs so he doesn't want to lose you. That's when men want you.
All right. I know I normally don't stop in the middle of this, but I want to. Thank you very much, King. Thank you so much. But I want to make sure that we catch. Yep. Jay says amen. Okay. So I want to catch this point by point because that's the way we're going to start breaking this down because I don't want things to get missed. All right. So men, a lot of men feel just like this man does. Okay. This gentleman does. A lot of men feel this way because the cost for a man not to have that woman be what he needs her to be, he might as well be single. Right. So look, Pharaoh says never married him. See, that's the thing. The cost for a man is high. We're going to get into that. I don't want to jump ahead of the point, but I wanted to stop it here because ladies understand that, and I'm going to say it simple. I'm going to look in the camera. Okay. Ladies, understand, these ladies that's watching, understand this. If you don't meet and check all of those boxes, for a man that is serious, you will never be his wife, ever. Now, there's other factors involved, but we're talking about on a base level. Let's assume that marriage is in the state that it is. Let's assume it's a perfect union of two people who are looking to be with each other for the rest of your lives, right? Your natural lives. If that man is to get on one knee, the proverbial knee, he cannot do that, or at least a serious man cannot do that if he doesn't see in you the qualities that are going to make him whole or make him better. There's a deeper debate to have in this. I'm just saying on surface level, if you are not doing the things that he envisions a wife to do, then you're not going to be a wife. Simple as that. All right? Let's get back to it because this thing gets deeper. Check this out.
It's like you made yourself so valuable in my life that I don't want to lose you. Clearly, she's not doing something right because he's like, I ain't marrying you. Like, that.
Real quick, do y'all agree with that statement? Do y'all agree with that statement? Do you feel like a man has to feel like losing that woman? Like she is so valuable in everything that she does that he doesn't want to lose that. Is that what a wife is to you guys? Do you all think that that is the embodiment of what a wife should be? Now, I'm gonna talk about it on the side. I just want to ask y'all that question and put that in your head. And let's go with the second thing that he said. Another question I want to pose to you. Does that keep you all from other than, let's not talk about divorce laws. We're talking just in a purely hypothetical. If that woman isn't everything, that's stopping you from making her your wife? Or is it, okay, I'm good with 80% of this? Because I know you all have heard that before, right? That man will see a woman who meets 60, 70% of the things he's looking for, and he will say, you know what, that's good enough. And a woman will see the 30% of the things that she thinks is wrong, and then basically she's out. She'll have 70% of the stuff that she wants, and it can be just a sliver of something, and she's out. How do y'all feel about that? Let me know down in the chat. Let me know down in the comments below. Let's continue because this could have been its own video right here. That's why I'm gonna make it its own video after this live stream. Let's get back to it.
That is the ultimate goal from a man to say, I want to give you my last name. I want you to be my wife. That's only if you can do what we require.
If you have to be everything to a man, that is not the man who is supposed to be your husband. Again, relationships are conditional. So I have conditions for you to meet. You have conditions for me to meet.
Right. On the surface, before y'all jump on this lady, on the surface, I agree. She is going to have conditions that she is going to require of you. And you as a man have to know whether or not you can meet those conditions. And if you can't meet those conditions, leave that woman alone. Just leave her alone. If you are a serious-minded man looking for a wife, now y'all know my thought process on it. You as a man should be on your purpose. And your wife should, you relay the purpose to her, give her the vision, not just the deed, give her the vision. Give her the vision of what it is that you're going to do. Make her feel confident that you are the type of man that is forward thinking with a plan. But women are going to have conditions too. Can you as a man meet her conditions? But does her conditions, what did I say? Alignment. Does it align with the purpose? what is it that can you two coexist in that purpose? We as men can't just be like, you know what, I want her barefoot and pregnant, slaving away, cooking my meals. I'm talking about dirty feet. I want them feet dirty, okay? I'm talking about like if them feet ain't dirty, she ain't working hard enough, okay? I'm talking about she got to have bags under her eyes. I need this woman tired, okay? I need her tired. And again, it's not about that. Most men today aren't looking for that. But that's what women think. It's a lot simpler than you know, ladies. Let's continue and hear what else she got to say. Again, women have their demands too. And that's where you start talking about it. That's where you get into the conversations. Let's get back to the video.
But I would never expect my husband to be everything for me. And my husband would never expect me to be everything for him. I got to be your wife, your chauffeur, your secretary, your administrative assistant, your dentist, your therapist. That's exhausting, right?
Then don't get in it. Ma'am, if that's exhausting, then don't get in it. I'm not saying that a woman needs to be all those things, because you as a man have to be discerning enough to know what qualities will. It's not about, oh, this makes her a good wife, she has to cook, clean, but you really have to know what your purpose is. And you have to know as a leader, like when I was in the military, the last command that I was at before I retired, I had 200 people working for me. Some were off doing other things. So about 150 of them were like, when we were standing ranks, I had 150 people in front of me. Sometimes I'd let my other chiefs talk to the guys. Sometimes I spoke to the guys. Okay? But the point is, they need to know what their role is. They need to know how they fit into the bigger cog. And you have to relay that to them as a man. If you cannot effectively relay what you need to your woman, to your wife, to the people who rely on you, who are under your leadership, you will be ineffective as a leader, much less as a husband. So this lady saying all this, to me, it gives, it's what is women like that? It's giving independent woman vibes. And if it's giving independent woman vibes, then ma'am, I dare say you don't really want to be in a relationship in the first place. Get your ass back in the sideline and go ahead and be clap cheek materials for somebody, all right?
We're supposed to come together in partnership. There's an aspect of nurturing that happens in the relationship, but I'm not your mama. I'm not your therapist, right? I am your wife. I am your partner. I am your equal.
Stop that shit. No. Listen. This may come off as controversial, but we are not equals. We are not the same. I need that to be stated, and I need y'all to understand this is my position. We are not equals. If you are not willing to get up in the middle of the night to see what the fuck is downstairs, excuse my French, but if you ain't willing to go downstairs and put your life on the line to protect your family and save your family, go see what the hell that noise is, to see who just broke the window. If you ain't willing to put your life on the line, we are not fucking equals. No, I dare say a lot of these women expect for you to do that. It is part of your job for you to lay down your life for her. Now, listen. I'm just a trout mouth heathen. I may not know it all. I don't claim to know it all. But I'm going to tell you this. I believe that the word that a lot of these women claim to listen to, I believe that word says that there is no gift greater than a man lay down his life for his friends. There's no gift greater than that. The number one commandment is do unto others as you have them do unto you. However, we have a bunch of selfish ass women who only think about what can you do for them. And when it comes to laying down their life for you, yeah, you. They're not going to do it. You got to do it. So unless that's coming to the table, we are not equal, ma'am, and we shall never be equal. Because there's no two CEOs in the company. Yes, everyone has decisions, everyone contributes, but if there's a saying that we used to say that if everyone is a chief, nothing would ever get done. You can't have these competing co-leaderships without a single vision and a single, hey, this is what we're going to do. We can't. It doesn't work. It won't work. Let's get back to the video. I got so much to say, but I want to. This thing is cooking, baby. This thing is cooking tonight. Y'all, look. They ain't gonna like what I got to say about it, but it's the truth. As Morpheus said in the Matrix, all I can give you, Neo, is the truth.
If I need him to be my everything, that means that I'm too empty. And if he needs me to be his everything, he's too empty. We need to be two separate people and figure out what we need to give ourselves.
What?
Wait a minute. Why do you disagree? You think a woman is supposed to be your everything?
Yeah, I mean,
as close to it as she can get.
Yeah, this is exactly what I talked about before. You're giving me 90 instead of 100%.
Stop right there, because they're gonna get into this. I want to make something clear, and I'm not gonna take long to do it. I want to make something clear. Real men aren't asking you to be like, I don't need you to be my mama. I needed you to be soft, and I need you to be nurturing. And I need you to be a kind, caring person who is able to still be strong. Not that you identify as a strong person, just be it. Be that rock that I can sit down upon sometime. And I don't mean to say this is bad. I know that sounded terrible, but vice versa. When you need, look, I might need to rest on you for a little bit. And sometimes you need me to carry you in these arms, okay? Just carry you. That's why I'm working the biceps, baby, to carry you in these arms. Pick you up. Make you feel small, but make you feel safe. See, we both have to do it. You witches are trying to, well, I can't do 50-50. No, I'm done saying 50. Okay, 50-50 might, no. Give me your 100. I'm going to give you my 100. Some days you ain't going to have 100. Some days you're going to have 70. And I'm going to pour into you to fill you back up. And some days I'm going to need you to do that for me. It's that simple. Let's hear what the brothers got to say. I know y'all got a lot of comments. And before we move on, I'm gonna try to get to a lot of y'all comments on this. But I want to get the message out. I want to get this message out.
Yeah,
if I need you
that's
to be
not
my
what it means.
If I
can
need to be my
give you
dick,
100% of me.
Dick in my mouth. I need
you to be what I need you to be. So like, if you don't want that job, then that's why you don't get the title of my wife.
Yeah.
Well, listen, we can agree to disagree, but y'all divorced and I'm still married, so I'll just leave that one here.
I'm married for 25 years.
We got divorced because they weren't what everything
they weren't
we
doing what we wanted.
Boom. That's the end. There's not really much else there. Let me put this back on screen. She said I'm still married. Good for her. Listen, you have never go read any video where it's talking about marriage. Look marriage up on TSG Uncut. You will never see me say anything negative about anybody who said anything like, hey, I've been married for this many years, whether it be women or men. You have never not seen me congratulate them. You have never not seen me in the comments go, oh, wouldn't stay in that marriage. I am not trying to break apart marriages. I am not trying to break apart relationships. I have been firm on this for years on this channel that I support people in marriage and long-term committed relationships. I am a firm advocate for it. You make that thing work for as long as you can make that thing work. I am for it. But just because that woman, like, I've been married, I'm married still, and y'all divorced. Those men told you, yo, we got divorced because the women weren't what we needed. Listen, there's no secrets between us. I've told you guys, I've been married twice. Okay. The first marriage, I was young, right? My wife was older than me. But the one thing, she tried to control me because she was older. And the messed up part about it is, let me sidebar, right? Sidebar. I put quick story time. Sidebar. My first wife was me and her was cool. We laughed. We got together really well. It wasn't until one of my aunts, who is single right now, single alone and by herself, called my wife and told her, oh, he young. You can mold him into what you want him to be. That's what my aunt said to my wife. And nothing, it changed after that. But the one thing that my aunt should have known and should have known, but when with my family, you try to control us or you try to, like, we might take stuff for a while, but when we're done, we're done. And that's the thing that my ex didn't understand about me. That's how come I talk about it in this channel all the time. Women give terrible advice. Because if my aunt had thought about it, she'd have known that if I'm going to be done, I'm going to be done. But she didn't see that in me at 19 or 20 or whatever the hell age I was, 20, 21. She didn't see that. She just saw an opportunity to be like, oh, let me tell her she can. My own aunt told, oh my God. Y'all realize my own family? Now I love my aunt, don't get me wrong. That used to be one of my favorite aunts. That used to be my favorite aunt at one point. And if you're watching, I love you, aunt, but that's what you did. That's why I don't really talk to you all the time. I still talk to you now more than ever, a little bit more than we used to, but that's why we don't talk all the time. You burned a bridge a long time ago for me that I can't trust you. And that's the first, try to control me. The second one basically gave me an ultimatum. Basically like, hey, well, if you need to make a decision on what we're going to do, I'm going to the store. You have 3-4 hours to decide. Really? So now you're giving me an ultimatum. Just like the ultimatum you gave right before the marriage. So I took that 3-4 hours, played chess, thought about every move. Okay, if I stay, how's this going to be? If I go, I played out every scenario, gents, every scenario. You know what I came to the conclusion? That this woman was not going to change. She was not going to change. She was going to bring out the worst of me, and she was going to be the worst version of herself. So when you gave me that much time to think, I was like, this is not worth doing it. So that's the way men think about it. Okay? That's the way men thinking about it. I want y'all to keep that. Put a pin in that. Put a pin on how us men think about it. Because we're going to come back to that in one of these later videos. All right? So when I say that relationships require purposeful nurturing, not just vibes. Women are going off these vibes. I'm not happy. He don't doing this for me. He ain't. An older woman saying that I'm not your mama. That sounds good. It's great sound bites for, clips on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. But again, no man is asking women to be their mom. No serious man. No man on his purpose is asking any woman to be his mom. He's asking for a partner, which I'll go with the word partner, who complements his mission. No, not his mission, his purpose. Okay? If a woman says she won't be what a man needs, then how is she planning to build anything with him in the first place? How? And that's what a lot of y'all sound like. That's what a lot of these modern women today sound like. Let's go to the comments. I got to go all the way up, but I am going to catch I'm going to catch as many of these as I can. I apologize now because I might skip over a few for the ones that have a lot of multiple comments, okay? King says, women can and will change for the worse over time, so 80% of her best is not enough. Farrell says, she's saying love is transactional. Right. Right. That's what love has become to modern women today. Modern women look at love as being transactional. This broad says conditional. We knew that would come up. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They give it away the game, King. They literally telling on themselves. I don't even see how she's still married. I don't even see. She will have unrealistic conditions. Yep. Farrell says, guys, get your passport. Jay says, you preaching. I told y'all, man, I am going to structure these live streams where they're deeper, man. I want a deeper conversation with the gents, man. That's what we're going for. And again, when I break this up and make it into a separate video, I might add some extra clips to it. Best believe we on a mission here at TSG Uncut. I need y'all to support those videos when they come out, though. These women want to be married, but don't know how to be wives. Absolutely. And that's what we're talking about today. Shout out to you, Oliver Williams. Great seeing you. Pharaoh says, but they're not willing to have men define their role. Nope. There are roles. If there are no gender roles, look, we're going to get rid of gender roles, then when that bump happens in the middle of the night, I want to see your ass downstairs. When you see that roach on the wall that you don't want to kill, or that roach that's on the ground that you don't want to pick up, you know I'm traumatized from flying roaches. Get your ass and get that roach. And even though I was traumatized at 3 by a flying roach, you know what I do today? I can kill a roach. One flew on me the other day. One flew the other night when I was outside. I was outside somewhere and one flew at me. Me and my son laughed our ass off. But it don't bother me the way it used to. So if you want me to do that, you want to take me back to my trauma, please go pick up that roach, okay? Go ahead and kill it for me, okay? While you at it, you hear that bump in the night, go your ass downstairs, figure out what the hell that is, all right? As a leader, your role is to lead and inspire people that you're responsible for. Absolutely. And you do it by example, right? Like the best way to get somebody to follow your lead is to be the example. Listen, if I'm telling you to go scrub toilets and you be like, well, why aren't you scrubbing toilets? And you be like, well, because when I got in, my nails were pretty. So I never got a chance to scrub toilets, but you go ahead and scrub it. But no, listen, everything that as a chief that I told someone to do, I did myself. That I had some part in it. And you make people have buy-in and have ownership. That's how you get people to you get them to buy into the vision. Oh, we should have a leadership discussion I've been thinking about that one for a minute. All the leadership courses I've ever been through, all of the courses, classes, all of the hands-on experience, I should be packaging that shit up. Hell, even my woman used to talk to me all the time about, hey, what would you do in this situation? You know, what have you seen about this situation? You know, I'm like, oh, I would do this is where I was at. Or we talk all the time. Hey, the thing you're going through with your boss, I went through the exact same thing. So, no, we're not equals. Thank you. Yep. I hate when they say we're equal. No, we're not. Again, it's not that they're listen. Thank you, Jay, for putting. I'm glad this comment came back up. Hear me out, ladies. Ladies, need y'all to hear me. When we say that we're not equals, it's not to say that you're less than, we're not listening to you, you don't have input. This is like basically, if you as a woman are doing what you're doing, we're gonna have respect for you. Bear with me for a moment, gents. Let's think about kings and queens. So everybody like to use it. I'm a king and I'm a queen, right? Everybody want to use those terms. But let's think about a king and a queen. The queen advised the king when people didn't even know about it. When they're in the bedroom and they're getting ready for bed or they have their private alone time, the queen is talking to the king. She has the ears of the king when no one else is around. That is powerful. And women who understand that and shut the F up, they know they got the ear of the king. That's why the queen on a chessboard can make moves diagonally, laterally, back and forth, side to side, all the way across the board. She's very powerful. But I need y'all to understand something. The game is over when the king is down. The game is over when the king is down. He might only can move one space at a time. But that's what his queen is for, to run interference. To take out the threat so he can do what he needs to do and survey everything. And have the plan, the strategy. I don't know what's going on. Again, it's a bunch of independent women teaching independent women dumbass shit. Okay? Let me run through these comments. So, in other words, they don't want traditional role, but they expect a man to. Yep. Our boss says she claims that we're equals now until shit hits the fan. Bills overdue, cars broke, money is low. Then we gents are leaders. Yeah. Right? Or our boss, they leave you because you're not paying the bills, because you're not doing those things. Right? Or you can't do it to the level that she wants you to, she gonna leave. All right? How often do men demand the best of him under conditional terms? We don't even do that with cashiers at Wendy's. How do men demand the best of him under conditional terms? Yeah, we do not. If it costs more than my piece, it's too expensive. Yeah, a lot of men are saying that now, Matrix. Wow, she telling me what I should want? Oh my God. Yep. Actually, think about a lot of these clips. When y'all listen to these clips now, what is it? A bunch of women who are in their feelings are telling you how to feel. And they don't know how we feel. They think they know, but even that woman, why do I always forget her name? The white woman that went undercover as a man, she wound up deleting herself because she couldn't take it. She could not handle the pressure and the volume of what we feel as a man. It was so much on her. She was like, I can't do it. Partners, we already need a lawyer after a statement like that. Yeah. All right. I'm going to catch a few more comments, and then we got to get to the next one. If she don't want to give 100%, then send her to the streets. Absolutely. King says these women are not their grandmothers or great grandmothers, but they learn as glass half empty shit from their mothers. Right. That's just what I said. Shout out to Yabani Rock. Marriage is worth it to non-modern women. Femininity is in the East. Okay, yeah. A lot of dudes are go and find it. Listen, it don't matter where you go. Shout out to you, brother. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you very much. Gents, make sure y'all do me a favor. Make sure y'all hit that like button if y'all haven't done that. And so that we can try to alert more people that this live stream is going on. The algorithm is going to need time because I haven't done a live stream in a couple of weeks. So we got to get back used to this, but we're back. Wednesdays is back. Okay. All right. But no matter where you go at, Yabani, you have to test those women. You have to try. You know, women have a survival instinct. No matter where you go, whether it's a first world or a third world country, they all have similar survival instincts. And so you have to try that woman. You have to try that woman. You have to see what she's about. You have to figure out what her past is. You know, did I just miss a super chat? Oh, damn, I am way behind. All right, let's catch this super chat. We got to get through it. Shout out to Young Hazrat. He says, salute, love to catch the live stream. Shout out to you. This one will make that next video. I appreciate that real quick. Let me take this off the screen for a second and get you onto the banner for the $20 holla. Okay? Young Hazrat for the first sponsor of the night. You will definitely make the next video. Again, I want to center you guys in the videos, right? So, and for the record, right? If you wind up donating and becoming a sponsor of a video, and you do not want your clip to be entered into a future video, or potentially a future video, then let me know that in a separate comment. Okay, just be like, hey, I'm good. I just want to donate. You don't have to put me in a video. Just let me know. But I want to celebrate you guys, man. Thank you so much, Young Hazrat. You always contribute to the channel. All right. We got that out the way. All right. Dennis Allen. Shout out to you, brother. The queen's main goal is to uphold the honor and health of her king. If she doesn't do that, she's not a queen. She's a joker. Boom. That is a more eloquent way to put it. That is another eloquent way to put it. Thank you so much, Dennis. Thank you so much for that. Right. All right. Let's move on to the next video. We only got 5 videos, but the only reason I'm only going to do like 4 to 6 videos on live streams from now on. I want to open this up for more discussion from you guys. I want to hear from you guys. Obviously, I can't catch all of your comments because we got to also think about time constraints. And that's why being a sponsor gets your comments, will get your comments looked at, okay? So let me set up the next video. This is a very short video. We're not going to stay on it long, but it is a topic that tends to come up fairly often. That's why I have this clip here and why we're going to talk about it, okay? So as I stated, the next clip is real quick. It's something it's a message that these modern women are using that's been going viral lately, okay? Don't act like a wife to a man who is not your husband. Have you guys heard that? Have you all heard women say that? About them not acting like a guy? That's a great idea. I need to figure this out. Yes, eventually we're going to move the live stream to this. We'll having callers and stuff like that. I love this idea. I love this idea. Okay. I love that idea. I've been saying I'm going to do it. I just got to figure out how to incorporate it. And once I do, I can't wait to hear from you guys. I want to hear from you guys, right? Back to what I was saying though. Okay. So like I said, the next clip is quick. This message has been viral. Have you guys heard before? Have you guys heard modern women say, don't act like a wife to a man who's not your husband? Again, to women, to modern women today, that sounds empowering. That sounds like strength. That's that independent mindset. Protect your energy. Don't give too much too soon, girl. But let me ask y'all a question. What the hell is going on with my eye? Let me ask you all a question. Ladies, if you're not showing up as wife material, why should a man choose you to be his wife? Let's check this clip out real quick and we'll get back to it. Again, it's really quick.
As someone's girlfriend, I'm not sitting around while you depressed. Figure it out. But as a wife, that is my responsibility to help. That's my due diligence. That's my duty.
Gotcha.
Now, I'm going to play that one more time for the cheap seats.
As someone's girlfriend, I'm not sitting around while you depressed. Figure it out. But as a wife, that is my responsibility to help. That's my due diligence. That's my duty.
Gotcha.
Yo, that, and hearing that twice, gents, that shit sound crazy to me. Listen, there's a, how many of you guys played sports before? Or something that you had to go to practices for? How many of you guys ever had to like play sports or anything like that, had to go to practice or anything like that? Do y'all remember your coach saying, we're going to practice how we play? How many of y'all heard that before? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all have heard that before. We are going to practice the way we play. You have a bunch of modern women today who have a very backwards logic. Thank you, Dennis. You have a lot of modern women today who have a very backwards logic because a man doesn't magically want to marry you because you withheld wifely traits. Thank you, Dwayne. I appreciate you. These guys have heard that before. They've heard we're going to practice the way we play. Holding back the things that make you look like a wife. Holding back the things that are going to stand out isn't going to make that man choose you. He chooses you because you show him your value early on. I'll give you another example. Let's go back to that sports analogy, right? I don't care how much talent you have. Let's say you were immensely talented when you were playing sports. I played multiple sports throughout my young life, okay? My very first sport I ever played was baseball. Okay, baseball. I knew baseball for a couple years before I ever held a basketball in my hand. Seriously taking a shot at the goal. I had held a baseball, had my own glove, had the oil in it, right? And I played every position except catcher. I played every position except catcher. But the last thing I played in baseball, other than the softball leagues I was in as a man, I'm talking about Little League baseball all the way up until 15, right? I was a pitcher. I was actually on that pitcher's mound. Now, I wasn't originally the pitcher. The coach didn't even know I was a pitcher. He didn't know I had that talent. Had I said, you know what? I'm not going to show people I'm a pitcher. They'll get that once they put me on the mound. Wait, how is the coach going to know that I'm able to pitch unless he sees me before the game. Gents, make it make sense. These women want you to put them in the game, not having shown you that they even have the capability or at least the talent to potentially pitch in the game. You know how that coach found out that I was a baseball pitcher? Because I pitched in the younger league, right? So from 10 to 12, I pitched in that league. And then you had 13 to like 15. So I was a pitcher in the smaller league. He didn't know I was a pitcher. Had no clue. He found out because during or after one of the practices or during one of the practices when we were kind of resting, our catcher wanted to practice. So I said, hey, I'll throw with you because I used to be a pitcher. He said, what? I was like, yeah, I used to be a baseball pitcher in the other league, right? So he said, all right, well, let's throw it, whatever. I threw 10 balls to the catcher. And I threw a bunch of strikes. Let's put it that way. So the coach, he was like, what are y'all doing? He's like, oh, Sean here was throwing pitches to me. And he just threw like 7 out of 10 strikes. He was like, do it again. So I got up, I threw 8 out of 10 strikes the next time. He was like, okay. Now nothing happened, but I showed that coach that I could pitch. He knew that he had somebody that he could go to. So it was a night game. And I remember the game was just kind of going slow. I mean, it's baseball, right? Like now I feel like it's baseball, right? I'm playing center field. So because I was fast, really fast. I could cover both fields damn near, right? Except the outer edges. Anything in the middle of both fields, I could cover center field, left field, or right field. Well, it got real quiet while I was standing outfield. I was kicking grass too. I had my head down. I was kicking grass, and it got quiet. It got so quiet it made me look up, and I could see the coach on the mound with the catcher calling me from the outfield to come in the middle of a game because our pitcher just kept walking everybody. And the coach said, are you ready? And he put that baseball in the middle of my mitt. And I pitched every game until I had, like, there's a pitch count, right, in the little leagues where after you pitch so many innings, you can't, whatever. I pitched every game. And then by the time we got to the championship game, I only could pitch for 4 innings. So I didn't start in the championship game, and I couldn't pull us out. How did the coach know to put me in the game? It's because he tested me. He tested me ahead of time to see if I had the requisite skills for him to put me in the game and for him to rely on me. So, ladies, that's like applying for a job and refusing to show your resume. It's like applying for a job and refusing to show your resume until they hire you. Like, we gents, we know this argument is ridiculous, okay? We don't propose based on imagination, okay? We propose based on our experiences. That's what leads us to propose if we're going to propose. Our experience is going to dictate where we're going to take this. What we've seen. Oh, thank you, Preston. Appreciate you. Shout out to you, Preston, man. Thank you for being here. Yeah, I bought my son some new shirts before we left. We went to the store yesterday, and I made a joke with him. I said, man, my double XL shirts are starting to feel like they're starting to get tight on me. Yo, This is a triple XL, man. Like, that's why you can't see my arms bulging out right now. This is a triple XL shirt, man. And I looked at my son and I see how skinny he is because I was about, almost 10 pounds bigger than my son is at the age he's at now. But I was still skinny. Don't get it wrong. I was still know you're slim, okay? I was still know you're slim out there down in New Orleans, okay? But the fact that I looked at him and I saw this triple X shirt I got on, I was like, I am in a triple XL, man. That is crazy. I'm not trying to be. I'm trying to like fit comfortably in my 2XL. But I saw this shirt. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was at Ross, man. This shirt was $6 at Ross, bro. I was like, yo, and it's tight, and it go with these khaki shorts I got on, and it go with my bling. Man, look. Popeye the Sailor Man. Let's catch a couple of these comments. Let's catch a couple of these comments on this one. I'm only catch a few. Let's see. We'll go from where Young Hazrat is. Okay. Let's start with Preston. These people keep saying that they're at the table when they can't even afford chairs to sit at the table that they think they are, but aren't worth a $2 BBL shake. Shout out to Preston. Christopher Simmons, thank you for being here, brother. I appreciate that. Modern women deserve modern men. Traditional women deserve traditional men. Look, man, this mic right here, look, boom. I'm going to drop it back. Boom. It's crazy. It is crazy. Christopher, thank you so much for the comment. It's crazy to me how like they get to be modern and independent. Oh, we're different now, and men can't keep up. Men ain't even in our league anymore. You get to do all that shit, but you want us to be traditional as it benefits you, but we get none of the traditional stuff that benefits us. Oh, that's because it's benefited y'all for all this time. Who has it benefited? Ma'am, look at this. Who has it benefited? Shout out to my white brothers, but even y'all is not benefiting y'all right now. You know what I mean? For the average dude. But the black man, we all worked. We all got oppressed. We all went through that same shit. At least our forefathers did. I'm from New Orleans. I've seen poor of all colors. And I saw that, but I saw couples. I saw people that were married until they died. I've seen it. I am fortunate that in the hood, I got to see lasting, loving marriages. Like, and if I'm saying it a certain way, bear with me, gents. It just blew my mind. I knew this. I've said this before, but you know how like you just say something and you have an epiphany? Like, I got to see that in the hood. Get your passports. It's basically everywhere. Equanimity killed it. Yeah. Yo, brother Sean, I'm in the chat with y'all. Yeah. I already read that one. Women didn't want to be wives until 47 started taking away their food and roof. Now it's where the good men's at. You know, King, I actually shout out to you, brother. You always come real with it. I did that video. If y'all haven't seen it, if you're new to this channel, I did a video in the library. It's recent. It has Kevin Samuels on it. And Kevin Samuels said, winter is coming. Kevin Samuels predicted where we're at now. I might do a part 2 to that video. Not necessarily Kevin Samuels' focus like the first one was, but there's more. I'm up like right here. This right here. I actually got clips. I got bullets in the chamber, okay, of video clips where women are like, I'm ready for a good man. And that's fine. But you got to understand, let's circle back to this topic. Okay, excuse me real quick, I'm going to take this off the screen. Let's circle back. I'm ready for a good man. Oh, you are? Then how you going to prove it? As your boyfriend, you telling me if I got an issue or I'm depressed about something, I can't talk to you about it? But yet you're saying you ready? You want to be a wife? Get the out of here, man. Come on. Y'all is playing. You playing with my nerves, Smokey. Shout out to Black Dev, man. Shout out to you, brother. Thank you for being here. If she acts like that up front, she'll still act like that after the marriage. Oh, if she cares about you being depressed, it'll be her nature to do that regardless. Absolutely fantastic. God, Sean, remember to put this in the video. Put this in the video of this video. Yes. That's exactly right. How you practice is how you're going to play in the game. That's why in the military, Black Dev, in the military, we trained so hard, especially being I was in the Navy, right? We trained so hard. Imagine we go out to sea and we practice. We practice for the worst case scenarios. We train. And we train hard. And if it's messed up, we're going to run it back again. We're going to critique it. We're going to do training on it. We're going to take tests to upgrade it. And we're going to go work on the thing that everybody failed until everybody's up to the standard. And you ladies want husbands. You want a man to marry you, but when the shit hits the fan, you all don't practice the way you play. Hell no, I'm not putting your ass in the game. Get the out of here with that. Hey, forget about it. Hey, all right? Hey, forget about it. Dennis says foolishness all day long. Right, Sean, right. Yep. Now they expect us to be able to read their minds while their mind is all full of confusion. Make that make sense. Kevin Samuels said, the late great Kevin Samuels says, you can't make this shit up. You absolutely cannot, okay? You can't. The person says, don't hate the game, hate the fame behind the game. That's what I'm talking about. You definitely missed a couple of comments, but that's okay, brother. I said I can't catch all the comments. So, Professor Muscles, the pirate kid. Delusion marries confusion and divorce alimony brings the bankrupt institution. All right, yep. So listen, let's get to the next one. Let me set this next clip up. Yeah, look, it's crazy to me, gents. It's
marriage itself.
It is delusional. I want to open up with this next clip. This next clip. I saw this one. I've had this one in the chamber for a minute. Okay. Now, gents, have you all ever met a woman who swears that the man has to change while she herself stays the same? We've recently talked about this. We talked about how modern women today want to be independent and they want to be free. But they want to tell you, you as the man need to change. Be on her. You need to do things traditionally, while she herself is not being a traditional woman. That is the energy, ladies, that ruins marriages, nay, ruins relationships before they even start. But not this woman that I'm about to show you. LL Cool J's wife kept it real. She said that she had to stop praying that he would change and instead focus on changing her own behavior to keep their marriage alive. Listen to this, and tell me this ain't the type of growth that a lot of modern women need.
Marriage itself has its challenges, but you got to have God first. You got to stay on your knees praying. I'm married to a sex symbol. You know, growing up, when we first got together, I mean, you know, I've had my times where I would be going off and, you know, mad at this one because they looked at him this way. And, you know, but that was years ago. Todd and I got married in 95. His cousin, Marion, gave me this book called The Power of a Praying Wife. We have a tendency of praying and being like, Lord, change him. Lord, make him this way. Lord, make him that way. But the first thing that I read in that book was that you have to change yourself. You
Absolutely.
can't change nobody. You can have standards and you can have boundaries and all of that, but you can't change anybody. You can change yourself. And that's what I did. I changed myself.
What did you need to change about yourself?
Being flipped with the mouth all the time, going off about this, going, you know, just like
being in around the way girl.
Yeah, being in around the way girl. Right, exactly. And as you get older, you mature. I got to a point where women will come up to me and they'll be like, oh my God, your husband is so fine. And I'll be like, girl, I know. You think I could get a picture with him? Sure, go ahead, go on and ask him for a picture. Just don't be disrespectful. The disrespect, I can't deal with.
Right.
The disrespect. I'm at
take
54.
Off the hoops at that point.
54, I'm ready to take off the hoop. I didn't feel the need to have to be every place with Todd. I didn't feel like I needed to travel with him everywhere to keep my eye on him and all of that stuff because I was very confident in our relationship and in our marriage. And at the end of the day, if somebody gonna fool around, they're gonna fool around, right? What I did as a woman was that I made my house a home. Because home is where the heart is at. The closer you get to God, the more you understand who God is in your life, is the more you're going to understand who you are and what your purpose is.
Man, listen. They've been married for a long time, gents. And so you got to give credit. Obviously, they probably had the up and downs. I'm sure a lot of women threw themselves at LL because ladies love Cool James, okay? Ladies love Cool James. Shout out to you, Garrett. I see you down there. Listen, for me as a man, one of the fastest ways to lose respect, in my opinion, and a lot of men's opinions, is women who get loud instead of being clear. Women who got to show their ass out because that's all they know. Women who don't know that real women pull their men to the side. Instead of getting loud in public, pull me to the side and have that talk with me. All right? I'm going to tell you, I've been in relationships where a woman's flip mouth killed the connection, like real quick. I am not attracted to it. Matter of fact, when I see it out in the streets, I already know them women ain't for me. And they know that I'm not for them. That's what I love about it. I love those type of women know that they ain't for me. Thank you. Thank you, universe, or dear sweet baby cheapas. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for keeping them wenches off me. But that came with changing who I am, gents. It wasn't enough to say, I am going to leave these women alone. No. I can still go out, talk to people, blah, blah, and I know that the people who ain't for me going to know that they know to leave me alone. They know. They know, like, that dude got his shit together. I can't go talk to him. Okay? I'm a vampire, and this dude is got blood of garlic. He rapped in the word. This dude got stakes and all kind of daggers and stuff in his pockets. His eyes got sunlight beaming through them. Yo, they know better. The heathen had to change, man. We have to be the reflection of what we want them to see and what we want them to be. it starts with us. Once our eyes are clear, then we can clearly see what's going on with the other people. We can clearly see it. We can clearly discern these scallywags that's in these streets. We can discern them. Matter of fact,
Trick-ass marks, bitches and scallywags, hoes, hee-haws and hula hoops.
We can pick them out. We know this place is full of them, but we can see them. Ladies, if something is wrong, just talk to us. All this passive aggressiveness is not strength, it's sabotage. Okay? All this getting flip at the mouth. Yo, if that's the way the relationship starts, it's bound to end. It's bound to end. If we can't just talk through it, if we can't talk through our feelings, what are we doing? Why are we here? Dennis agreed. Instant turn off. When you start hearing, instant turn off. Jay says if they do OF, lost my respect. That's what I'm talking about. Preston says, of course, women never practice what they preach, but real estate robbery will put you to sleep. Dennis says they claim they want a marriage, but they only want to have a parasitical contract. That's a great parasitical contract. I like that. Many of them play the leech, and they expect us to play the ignorant host. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Let me hide this comment. Let me get back up on screen. We got 3 more videos and we'll be up out of here today. Okay. I feel a lot better than I did when I started today because it was hard watching my son get on that plane. This is really helping me right now. So thank you guys. Thank you, gents. House is a little quiet right now, so it's a little tough. Oh, let's see. What else do I need to do? Oh, all right, gents. So some ladies, I'm speaking to you. I'm looking at you. Ladies, some of y'all got a great man, okay? Some of you have got a great man. You've had a great man, right? And you lose them because you have the wrong voices that's in your ear. How many of you ladies have experienced that? Having somebody tell you something and you lost a good man because of it. Gents, how many times have you seen women pass up on a good man because of something somebody else says? Do any of you all have stories about that? If so, I want to hear from y'all down in the comments. All right, let me know. All right. This next sister, she's going to open up about how her single friends told her, okay, that her man wasn't good enough. Years later, she reconnected with this man. And guess who helped her realize that this man, her current husband, was the one? You ready? It was her father. Her father told her that dude was the one. Let's take a look at this video real quick, man. I want to hear from y'all on this one. Let's hear her story.
I concur with this message right here. A lot of women take advice from single women. In fact, I was one of the women who was taking advice from women who didn't have nobody. And I almost missed out on my husband, taking advice from women who didn't know what the hell they was talking about. I knew I loved my husband. I knew I wanted to be with him, but my friends did not like him. And I was like, you know what? My friends must see something I don't.
Oh, yo, let's stop there. Gents, how many of you all been in that situation? Ladies, be honest. Y'all had women tell y'all that? Girl, not him. He got that little peanut head. How many of y'all been in that situation? Right? Gents, have you been like talking to a woman and you broke up with her or she broke up with you because her friends got involved? She was a good woman, but she ran with them skip, scop, scallywags. Dennis got a great comment right here. I want to put it up here. Bad company corrupts good character. Exactly. You could have this good woman, but she allowing these bad friends who don't mean her no good. And I've done many videos on the channel, and this is also a video that is one of those bullets in my gun. How women have the wrong people in their ear. But I digress. This here is crazy that you would let somebody tell you about how you feel about somebody else and they single. Make that shit make sense. Let's continue. Let's continue.
And then fast forward, what, 7 years later, babe? Yeah. We link back up and we're engaged in 5 months. So what's meant for you is meant for you. And another piece of advice that I would give
we got more.
is if women, you have your father in your life, take your daddy's advice.
Oh, what? Oh my God, this is bars. Yo, did she just say what I think she said? This woman just said, take her father's advice. Listen, I know one of 2 of my daughters may or may not see this live stream. Baby, look at me in the screen. Look at me, okay? Look at your father. Look at your father. I don't tell you, my daughters, anything because I'm trying to ruin your life. I don't tell you anything because I'm trying to control your life. If y'all know, that is the furthest from what I do with y'all life. Y'all are grown as hell to me. If you're not going to take my advice, do what the hell you going to do. Y'all know my philosophy. But when the shit don't work out, I am not the one to come back to. If you're not going to listen, then you got to fall. I got to let you fall on your ass. But if you have a father in your life, ladies, and that father loves you, you know he loves you, you should also know that his words are for your best interest. Let's continue. Because that's deep. Some deep shit right here. Okay.
Because the moment my father met Daniel and he loved Daniel, we got married. And our marriage has been great. You know, we have disagreements like every other couple. It ain't perfect. I don't want perfect. But yes, he's my person. So listen to the men. That's where I fucked up. I thought I could listen to the women and them tell me about manhood. They're not men. Listen to the men in those comments. Click on this and read the comments.
Just give yourself a hand. Give yourself a hand. And I want to thank this sister right here. Beautiful. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what her hair look like. Beautiful sister. Okay? We need more of these stories. And that's why I put these type of things in my videos, especially toward the end. For the people that are here for a message, for a good message, man, that's why I put this shit in my story. This is why I put this on the channel. Thank you so much, sister. I don't know who you are, but thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay? Thank you. Yes. Let me put this up on the screen. She speaks with humility and wisdom. Yes. Damn, I wish I could find more videos like this. And I do have some. Don't get it twisted. I do, but it's not like this. It's not like this. Okay? Listen. Like I always say on this channel, women pick with their emotions. That's why I always say that back in the day, we talked about it, right? Back in the day, the fathers, the brothers, the uncles, the men in the family, the male protectors, they used to have a say in women's partners. There's a reason. Because we are going to size up another man. We're going to size him up. Y'all going to go by, oh, girl, he cute. Oh, he got money. Oh, girl, what did he do? Oh, he laid it on me, girl. Listen, I'm not saying you shouldn't be attracted to your person or whatever. Ladies, I'm not saying that that's crazy to say that. That'd be, whatever. But if that's your only criteria for finding a man, it does not shock me why some of y'all alone. It don't shock me. It don't shock me at all. You all are alone because you have no men in your life that are going to tell you correctly. I'm not saying that women don't have men in their life. Y'all got a bunch of sucker MCs in y'all DMs. Y'all got a bunch of dudes who won't be straight up with you because they want to be a part of your life. You got a bunch of dudes who won't tell you the truth because they don't really love you. They want to hit. Listen, I told y'all, ain't no secret. I know some of y'all don't like, oh, I don't have any female friends, and that's fine. I do. And I tell them the truth like a big bro would. I'm not trying to get in their pants. I care and love. I love them women. Even when they make bad decisions, I care about them. I want them to find somebody good. Hell, I talk to my first love all the time. We far from that point in time, but the point is, I want her to be happy. I've always wanted her to be happy. How can you say that you care about somebody and you don't want to see them be in a good situation? I'm not a hater. I don't know how many times I got to say that. Look, I might be a many things. I may not be the best commentator. This may not be the best channel. Whatever you can say about me, right? My face is crooked. My nose is big. You can say whatever you want to say about Sean C. But I'm real. I'm not a hypocrite. And I'm not a hater. Yo, if y'all doing well, that's good. I'm going to golf clap you. I'm going to cheer you on. The men that are supposed to be in your life, if they love you, and they're supposed to be your protectors, they tell you the truth. If you know somebody that's been there for your well-being, a man that's been there for you through tough times, and he's not trying to get in your pants, or he not acting like a girl, then he gonna try to tell you right about the men that you talking to. And a lot of you ladies know y'all talking to messed up men because y'all find yourself in the same situation over and over again. It's goddamn insanity. I need y'all to understand that this ain't about patriarchy. Real men are protecting you from your dumbass decisions. All right, let's catch a couple of these comments and we get to the next one. Shout out Chi-Town's finest. I didn't want you to think I forgot about you. Finally catching a live. Thank you so much for being here. Dennis says, amen. Chi-Town says, truth. She's speaking with humility and wisdom. Yes, she was. Jay says, she's the first girl I've seen taking accountability. Jay, you know how sad that is? You know how sad that is? The fact that you don't see this enough? That we don't see this enough? That's why when I see it, I try to highlight it in a video, or I try to put it in the video, usually as a closing, to show y'all what the problem is, show y'all how bad it is, but then show y'all there are level-headed people that want solutions, that want to do the right thing. That's the way I structure my videos. So if you leave halfway through the video, you've missed the bigger message. If you don't watch my videos all the way through, you're going to miss the message. I'm just letting you know. You're not getting your full money's worth. This is not just me taking dumps, proverbial dumps on women. This is me showing the behavior. I might have to put the nose in the behaviors, okay? But at the end, I'm going to leave you off with something positive or a strong message to just make you think. That's the way I structure my videos, all of them, okay? You can go back all the way to March of last year. Well, you go all the way to March of last year, 2024, and I would say I was already taking a change in how I was making videos. But I would tell you in the last almost year, yeah, there's a message behind the videos. There is something that I want you to see. There's some level of storytelling that I'm trying to get through to people. People don't want to hear that shit, though. Of course, women will always throw away a good man for a pookie-licious carousel, heathens, and a chatticus felons. That's a good one, Preston. If a woman over 40 is wearing waist stomach beads, she is not a... Thank you for that laugh. Okay, thank you for that laugh. I appreciate you. Yeah, that's never going to happen. These people rather take the pookie-licious pipe over the real life advice. Oh, at least our hair is real, unlike these raggedy, strag BBL bags. Oh, Shy. Shy says exactly. Oh, man. Good fathers always help filter out the wheat from the weeds. Oh, yo, that's I love that one. Oh, I love that one. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good callback, baby. And they help keep the honest male honest. Yes. Dads matter regardless of what society has to say. Dennis, on this channel, absolutely. Real men matter. What we say matters. And there's two types of men out there. They got men who are just blustering. They're loud, right? I'm loud, don't get me wrong, but I'm more like I'm podcast loud, okay? In real life, I'm chill. I'm a chill dude, okay? But you got some men who are just loud about, I'm a man. I'm a man. Nah, man. I look at them dudes and I'm just like, I do. Yeah, you're a man, bro. Okay, it's all good. Right? I watch those dudes. But a real man, his words, the wisdom that comes out of his mouth, the thoughtfulness and care when he tells you something. Right there, ladies, right there will tell you what kind of man you're dealing with. Oh, wait, what did Preston just say? That's never going to happen because these people rather take the pookie-licious pipe over the real life advice. Absolutely. You don't want the man that is thoughtful with his words. You don't give a shit. If at first you don't succeed, it's only attempted murder dealing with a ratchet parasite lady. What the hell, man? I told you, brother homie, that we are different. That's exactly what makes us all unique. Yep. All right. Let's get to, we got a couple more. We're going to make some good time tonight. I like this. I like this style. I like the organization. All right. Where am I at? I need, this is giving old vibes, what's going on right now behind the scenes. I apologize. Let's get this thing situated. It's funny, I just looked over and I saw my meds I'm supposed to take. So your boy is doing, I told you I'm going to do my part to get healthy. Took my meds for the evening. So we're good on that. Took my one pill. All right. Gents, this next one hurts, okay? Because I've seen it happen so many times. And when I say this next one hurts, it don't hurt me to watch this. It hurts because how many women put themselves in these type of situations? A woman gets bored. She feels like the spark is gone. And she leaves her good man chasing for excitement. Chasing excitement. Only to realize that the streets don't love your ass back. Oh my God. Especially if you are a woman, especially if you're a woman over 40 and the dating pool is dried up for you. You realize that you don't have the same sexual market value as you used to. You realize that all these men want to do now is clap your cheeks. Oh, yeah, you might have some younger dudes who want to get with you and you get all their attention. But a lot of these younger dudes ain't getting it, right? Some of these younger dudes ain't getting it. And y'all older women are giving it away for the price of Bubblicious and some Tic Tacs. Now, this story isn't complete, but I just wanted to give y'all a little taste of what's to come. Check it out. I want to hear from y'all on the other side of this.
I just came to the realization that, like, if you're 40 years old, you're never gonna find love. Like, oh my God. Sorry, I woke up like really, really emotional because I was married for, oh my God, I need to stop. I was married for over 20 years and like, I was so used to being a wife. Like I loved being married, you know, like I love being a wife. I love having like that one person I love coming home to and like venting all my to. And now it's like, yeah, you date people and like sparks fly. And then it's just like, oh, I found better, you know?
This is another classic case of a woman who had a loyal husband, a stable home, and 20 years of shared history and still said, I'm bored. So she left. Why? Because the spark was gone. Ma'am, it's a marriage, not a fireworks display.
All right. The last of that is not going to line up correctly. But let me, she said something before we come out of here and talk about it. I want you to hear something she said because it sounded like something that we talked about at the beginning or one of the other videos. I'm going to show you real quick.
I loved being married, you know, right, like I love being a wife. I love having like that one person I love coming home to and like venting all my to.
Oh, what'd she say, gents? Did y'all hear that? I'm gonna back it up real quick.
I loved being married, you know, like I love being a wife. I love having like that one person I love coming home to and like venting all my to.
And there it is. There it is. Let's recall something real quick. I'm gonna recall a video for you guys.
As someone's girlfriend, I'm not sitting around while you depressed. Figure it out.
You get it? You get it? But let's listen to what she said. Hold up. Watch this.
But as a wife, that is my responsibility to help. That's my due diligence. That's my duty.
Gotcha.
As someone's girl.
So I'm not going to, I don't care about your feelings and your problems as a girlfriend, but as your wife, that's my duty. But then we come to this woman.
I just came to the realization that like
this woman right here who now misses being able to come home and vent to her husband, but she chose the divorce. Do you see why y'all sound ridiculous, ladies? Why some of y'all sound ridiculous? Because you're talking out of both sides of your mouth. What you're saying isn't aligning with what's happening. And I'm not saying all women, hear me out, but collectively, this is what we're seeing. We're seeing all the snakes coming toward us, and you're like, but I'm not venomous. You're still a snake. You're running with a bunch of other snakes. You still got fangs, so you still can bite me. Some are more poison than others. He's like, damn, Sean, did Sean just call all women snakes? That's damn what it sounded like, did it? No, I'm saying that if you want to be in this game, if you want to play the game that these other women are playing, your ass look just like them. I'm a good woman. I'm gonna be a wife, but I ain't gonna play this now. You gotta make me a wife first. You look like the other women. You sound like these other snakes out here. So yes, if you consider yourself in that category, you're a goddamn snake. And I just called all of y'all snakes. I really just did. I did. Oh yeah. I made a promise to y'all a long time ago. I said in 2025, we was going to bring Shane back. Well, if I got to call all women snakes, then that's what I got to do. I ain't holding back no more on that. Listen, the late, great Kevin Samuels told us, and not just him, but a bunch of other people about the wall. Hit it in 30s and 40s. We know that the dating levers shift. We know that women's SMV changes. Yes, you can get a lot of men to hit, but can you get men of substance? Can you still pull the same things that you used to pull? Oh, yeah, well, I'm bad. I can always do. Okay, then. Good on you. I just left the airport today. And I'm a people watcher. And as I'm in the airport today, I'm looking around. And you know what hit me about the airport? Because you got to think, the airport is a microcosm of the country. You have people going, and my son and I, we walked to every terminal but one because we got there 2 hours early. And we had just eaten some Wendy's for breakfast. So we decided to walk around all the terminals, right? We went to B, C. Did we go to D? We might have went to D terminal, went to A terminal. We walked damn near the whole airport. Okay? My legs were in pain. Okay? Your boy needed some Motrin. Okay? I needed to get a backiotomy after that. Okay? I was hurt. But as I was going through this airport and I'm looking at people who were traveling and going through all over the country and just paying attention, the one thing I realized is most people are average as fuck. What do you want me to say? Most of y'all out there are just average as shit. And listen, I'm not saying it from a place like these modern women. Well, if you ain't on my level, or these influencers, if you ain't here, then you there. If you ain't this, you that. That ain't what I'm trying to say. Ain't nothing wrong with being average. It's just funny to me how many people tell you how jacked up you are and they average as shit. Most people are average. A lot of these women who are on here talking this shit, average. This woman got the Asiatic eyes and everything. I don't know what the hell she is. I'm going to tell you though, she got a lot of makeup on. Well, that filtering is filtering. Average. Average. And that's why I have said on this channel many times before, ladies, you are supposed to meet that man when you are at your peak beauty, your peak fertility, your peak energy, so that as he is building the goals or the purpose, he is enacting the purpose. You all have the energy to run the race, to see the purpose come through. And when your looks start to diminish, and they will, Something gonna diminish, right? Don't let these beautiful old ass women fool y'all, gents. Because they might be beautiful on the inside, but when that pause hit them, okay? Y'all know what I'm talking about. When they get the pause on them, okay? They get them hot flashes, the cooch drying up. Okay, it's dry. It's dry. Average. And who lied to y'all? Some of y'all are beautiful. Someone lied to you and said you gotta be this shit here. Or you so hate yourself. You don't have self-love that you think you gotta still look like you did when you was 20. Who lied to y'all? Who lied to y'all? You want him to change. You want him to be a certain thing, and he out there killing himself. Most men, remember I told y'all about the average thing? The average man is going to work until he fucking dies. Facts. Most married men are going to work to death. And given the stats that are going on now, most of you women are going to work to death like we do. You're going to die. You're going to work like men do and die like we do at the job. That's what your future is. Some of y'all are going to die in your homes, and your cats are going to be nipping at your fingers and eating your flesh as you sitting there dead in your home. Oh, that was morbid. Oh, that was nasty, and it was morbid. Good. Who lied to you? You don't have to be like the stars on TV. You don't have to be like all these people. It don't take a lot to be above average or be. This was something I told my son while he was here. It just takes a little bit more extra than ordinary to be extraordinary. That's it. It just takes a little bit more consistency, a little bit more time, a little bit more patience, a little bit extra than ordinary to be extraordinary. While still being true to you, to being humble to you. Ladies, excitement doesn't build legacy. Stability does. And a lot of y'all are unstable. Oh, I got, Sean, what are you talking about? I got a house and I got this and I got my degrees. You ain't stable. Because every time some shit go down, what do y'all do? You run back to school. I'm going to go back to school again. Every time shit ain't stable, then I need more excitement. I got to leave this. Like, and so men see this shit. For the men who are trying to be on their purpose, you don't come off as a wife. Some of you older women could have a man. Y'all could probably still find it if you change your damn attitude and not stable because I'm older. No, I'm talking about the type of stability that shows consistency of thought, consistency of emotion. You know that thing that y'all like to throw at men? Emotional intelligence? A lot of y'all don't have that shit. You claim to have it, but you don't. I see the lie. I see the lies every day. You don't do this channel for 5 years and come across tens of thousands of clips that I've seen, and you, even the ones who look like they got it most together. I'll prove a point. I'm not about to do a video on B. Simone, but a lot of y'all seen the video. She went from talking all that gay about, oh, a man can't be a 9-to-5 dude, this, that, and the third. How is that same strong, independent woman now crying online, which is another giveaway, but crying online about what she don't got? We can sympathize with you, but that shit don't show emotional stability. It don't show emotional intelligence, and it certainly doesn't show wife material. Let's get the last clip of the night. Prepared. Oh, perfect timing. Got 10 minutes left. I don't have a real time limit on this. I'm lying to y'all, but okay, why isn't that popping up? Why it doesn't?
Because a lot of men are men.
Okay. We are set up, gents. We are set up. Before I go ahead and get into the next clip, I'm going to take a couple comments that y'all have on this last one. Let's see what y'all say about this. Again, I can't get all of y'all comments, but I'm going to try to get as many as I can. Let's start. Delana Day says, young guys are so fun. Yeah, they got that energy. They got that stamina. Oh, this great cry is making me happy. Wow, I thought I was cynical in this last segment. You love being married, lady. You were married. Now that them streets don't accept you like desire, now she is playing the victim. We see that so often. Thank you, our boss, for that one. President, you definitely need to stop seeing the good and so-called good in people and start seeing what they show you. Oh, I absolutely do. Listen, I'm hopeful, not for everyone. I'm hopeful for what you show me. I could be cool with everybody, but as soon as I see that you're a person that your character isn't there, look, I'll talk to you for a little bit, but then I'm going to get out your presence because I don't want to be around people of low character. I'd rather be, I don't want to deal with it. I love being around people. Y'all know me. I told y'all, I'm social. I told that to my girl when we got together. Look, I'm a social person. It's not going to stop. If you don't like that, if you're jealous of it or whatever, then I'm not the person to be with. I'm going to be social. But I'm for you. I'm for this. I love people. I love people who are decent people. I love salt of the earth people. I like real people and real people that care about people. And we can just vibe and laugh about it and just be good. That's the kind of people I like. My life revolves around that. That's my politics. That's my personal life. That's my friend circle. Yeah, I keep all of that consistent. Because that keeps a consistent type of people around me. It keeps the type of people around me that I like, happy to be around, that I can eventually learn to trust. Oh yeah, no apologies for that. If I start seeing too many character flaws and I can't deal with you, then I don't talk to you that much. There's no reason to. Take with that what y'all will. Anybody watching, take with that what y'all will. All right. Oh, I already read that one. King says she got what she asked for. But shout out to her for keeping it real and honest. Absolutely. And listen, it's all love, right? I'm gonna shit on you so you understand the lesson, but I hope you understand the lesson. I'm for people learning the lesson. I want to learn the lessons. And I've had to fall on my face many times to learn a lot of lessons. Hence, I bring that here. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm just telling y'all that I've worked on a lot of shit. And I'm not this fake. I worked on it. Nope, if you're new to the channel, I've gone to therapy. I went to therapy until that therapist said, you have all the tools you need to get you through situations. You have the tools. And I'm grateful because my woman met me as I worked through learning how to use those tools. You have these women who get out of these marriages because of how they feel. They even might go to therapy because they were going to therapy when they were with their husbands, but they didn't learn a damn thing. Stop, everybody, stop. Stop confusing you sitting alone in silence, you not being in a relationship. You so-called thinking that you're better than someone else for actual work on you. If you come out of the situation and you haven't become a better person and you haven't started being a better person to others, then I dare say you ain't healed shit. If you are not better and the way you treat others isn't better, you are not healed. Mark that, clock it. What's that shit that they do? Period. So many women like her always sacrifice their family for their happiness when they're young and then regret their choice later in life. Truly a sad state of affairs. And we see it all the time. It's sad. It really is. That families get broken up by stupid shit. Shy says, say that, yeah. You can't expect the world to revolve around you while you are not revolving around the world. Yep. Our boss, that was my point. You can't say that you're healed if you haven't changed. And that change hasn't made you better to others. You can't tell me you've changed because, oh, well, I've changed. Now I don't put up with people's shit. But now you're angry and bitter and you holding the shit in, so you treat people bad. What have you changed? You just made yourself a worse person. Think about it when I tell y'all that. Well, I ain't gonna let nobody get over me. Okay, don't let people get over on you. But if you let that hurt, that anger, that fury, I'm telling you, it's not going to help with your development. Oh, you can accomplish a lot of shit with hate and anger. Yes, you can. We see it right now all the time. But is that really who you want to be? That's not who I want to be around. And that's not what most men want to marry. Just saying. Oh, goddamn. Y'all took over the comments. Let me start from the bottom and go up. King, I don't know what you got on that last one, but it's not showing up on my screen. Apparently, we don't care anymore. That trash bag's Jezzy bag. Talking about leaving Bloomingdale's to shop at H&M. She is not a wife. Absolutely. Then it says the ratchet, divorced, single, mamas, aunties, sisters, grandmas fed them that poisonous swill of delusion. Now they choking out, or they choking, passing out, dying slowly. God dang. I had to read that one with passion. All right? No, it doesn't. Keep spitting that heat, Sean. Oh, I'm telling you, man. Listen, I'm changing the formatting of these live streams. Changing the formatting to set it up for videos. So I want to pick video clips that resonate with us, allows us to speak our voice, but to do it passionately, but also to get the point across. I thought about all of this before we started the live stream. Okay? All right. I'm going to start off with a statement that I heard recently that may be very controversial. Just because you are married doesn't mean that you are a wife. Let that marinate for a second. Just because you are married does not make you a wife. In the next clip, the brother calls it out. Some women are in marriages, but they are not wives by the man's definition. And who does he blame for it? Not the women. He blames men. Crazy, right? He blames men for it. But let's listen to it and let's talk about it on the other side.
Because a lot of men are married to women that are not their wife.
Wow.
They go in my comments. Look, but I'm married, but you're not a wife. You can stand in the garage all day long. It won't make you a car.
Boom.
You're not a wife. You have a loveless, fruitless marriage because you're not a wife. But I don't even blame her. I blame him because he is the one that dropped on one knee, right?
All right. That was quick. That was quick. Let's talk about it. Let us congregate. Now, I'm going to say something that y'all may not believe me, but I agree with it. I know a lot of the things that I say on this channel might seem like, oh, the women this, the women that. Nope, I blame men on this one. I agree. I didn't think I was going to agree with him. He wasn't lying in the beginning. There are a bunch of women in marriages who are not wives. There is how many of y'all out there are Star Trek? God dang it! How many of y'all out there are Star Wars fans? There's a lie that gets said. I think Darth Vader said it. He said, "Search your feelings. You know them to be true, right? Search your feelings. You know what I'm saying is the truth. I am your father. I'm your daddy." I told y'all some stories before on how I got married when I was young. And then I got married many years later, and I still wound up losing. And the truth of the matter is, I was married to potential and not reality. See, we blame women for not picking the right men. And we're not wrong, because they were never supposed to pick the men. But because we are the men, we got to do better at how we look at these women. Now, when I was 19, I was still believed in love and romance and all that fruity, goddamn TV fed Disney bullshit. Okay, I believed it. I wanted to be a father and a husband, and I wanted to be the type of man that my mother did not have in her life, or that her husband wasn't. Now, my mother was married, and it took a while. She got married older, but she married a man who she should have never married. She felt that clock ticking, and she ran into that burning building of a marriage because of that, when she should have did that shit when she was younger. She'll tell you. Hell, when I go back to Texas, we'll get mom on the show. We'll talk about it. Right? But you say, Sean, you got married a second time. You didn't learn the lesson from the first time? No, I mean, I waited a while before me and my second wife got married because she wasn't ready. And I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. We'd already gone through enough tests for me to know this woman should not be your wife. And there's no knock on her now. I'm happy for her. I'm cool with her husband now. I'm happy for her. I told you I'm not a hater. I get along with her husband now. We chatted today as we, hey, trying to get my son where he need to be. All good. But at the time, I knew she wasn't. And I went through with it. That's on me. And I believe that's what the brother was trying to say. We're in a time now where these women will get married, but they are not wives because they never were wives. And if we search our heart and know it to be true, as Darth Vader told Luke Skywalker, if you look back in your mind's eye, the signs were there. The signs were there. I was trying to do the right thing, y'all. I'm not saying it was the right decision. I know I just did what I thought was right at the moment. I thought I had no other options. I was at the card table and it's not like I thought I had a winning hand. I just didn't. I thought I was in it too far to walk away from the table. And the truth was, just get up from the table, man. You can play another hand later. Just get up from the table. And for any of you young men, I'm not going to ever discourage you from getting married, but I'm going to let you know it's tough. There's a lot that goes into it. And if you're not where you need to be as a man, you have absolutely no business talking about marriage. Absolutely none. So the second that you realize that the woman that you're with can't or won't change, this is the point you have to start making decisions on whether or not you need to let this go. Because let's be real, women don't have time for you not to know. They don't. They're on a clock. We talk about it all the time. And if we're going to just string them along for a long period of time, we should just let them go. I'm actually talking about making mature decisions for marriage-minded men. If you are marriage-minded, just let her go. Women understand when you tell them, hey, look, I'm not looking for anything serious because I'm doing this, that, and the third. At that point, it's her choice to stay in your life. But at least you were real, at least you're honest, which is not what they always want. But at least you were real and at least you were honest. Right? But if you're going to string them along and you know she's marriage-minded and you don't see nothing and you want to get married, it's going to hurt, but let it go. Let it go. It's not happy wife, happy life. It's healthy man, healthy home. I know that shit don't rhyme, but that's the truth. We see it. We realize the importance of men in the society. But as soon as you know it to be true, that she's not the one or she's not going to fulfill what she needs, do not put your knee down. I don't care how long you've been together. I'm not trying to ruin any relationships right now. I swear I'm not. I'm trying to make you reevaluate what you're doing. She's only going to get older. It is not fair to her, especially if you love or care about her. Let her go. I've let women go. And I want the best for them. But I knew at the time that I wasn't what they needed and it wasn't what I needed. That's fair. That is fair. Happy spouse, happy house. Yes, that's what I was looking to say. There you go. And two people that love each other are always trying to make sure the other person is good. It ain't hard, people. Listen, people like to say, people aren't wrong when they say, look, nothing is going to be perfect or 100%. But if it's hard, if it's just always hard, if you always just like you're pulling teeth, it's not the one. When you can't just talk through things where little things are big problems, if you can't just get past the little problems, even you, men, if you can't get past little things, that's not the one. It's got to be reciprocal in that. And we have a bunch of people that don't have a lot of patience. We have a TikTok generation with guppy minds. Just memory just gone like that. Okay. Let me catch a couple comments. I'm going to start from the bottom and work my way up. I can't catch every comment because I want to catch as many as I can. Shout out to the dude from Fairfax. Thank you for being here this evening. I appreciate you. Sometimes I think reciprocity is a bad word to people, but a lot of people are just, selfish. And hey, that's exactly what I said earlier. I said people are just selfish. If your relationship, if you are selfish in your relationship and that person is selfish too, I dare say you don't have a relationship. Sean, we have that in common. I also had a few failed marriages within the course of my life. I saw the signs from the beginning and paid a crushing price for my willful ignorance. Be true to self. Yeah. I couldn't have said this any better. Shit, you said it better than I could have. Except I had to tell a story for social media land. He saw the signs from the beginning. So did I. And if we're really true, if you really sit and take the time, get off this live stream, take time and think about that relationship, that one. You saw the signs. You saw it. Ladies recognize this all the time. I had one woman tell me one time, she said, I got a thing for redheads. Men, talking about redhead men. I was like, that's odd. I said, why do you, I think it was a black woman too. She was like mixed. She liked redhead dudes. I was like, okay. I said, so why aren't you with a redheaded dude right now? She said, well, they all wind up treating me the same. I said, they all treat you the same. I said, let me ask you another question. What are these dudes doing now? Oh, well, I think they're married now, this and the third. I said, I laughed, y'all. I laughed. She said, what's that chuckle for? I said, the problem is you. The problem is you. And a lot of women don't get that. The problem can't be them. Because society is always telling them that they're perfect, that they're a 10, the gas queen. Even when they're wrong, society tells them that they're strong. Society gonna fuck a lot of y'all up, man. You know? Remember, it says he that finds a wife finds a good thing. Not a woman, not a girl, not a side piece, but a wife. Wives are hard to find. And I shall add to that. I know we talk about like these women today, blah, blah, blah. But shouldn't something like this be hard to find? Look, I'm just a heathen, okay? But I believe the word says that if you find a wife, her value is that of rubies. Am I wrong? So if her value is that of rubies and diamonds being, well, not diamonds, but rubies and those stones are precious. Not everybody has them. It's going to be hard. That's why this gentleman here is saying he blames it on the men. I would have argued against this long time ago, but he's absolutely correct. Until you change you and what you're looking for and who you are, you're going to still get some of these ragamuffins. You're going to still get some of these, well, let Dave Chappelle say it best to you. You're going to get more of this.
Trick ass, punks, bitches, and scallaway, hoes, heifers, hee-haws, and hula hoops.
You're going to get more of that in your life. How many of y'all are old enough to know the movie, or I can say old enough, but how many of y'all know the movie The Last Dragon? Now, I always hated, I hate movies like The Last Dragon in the beginning, and I hate the movies like The Matrix in the beginning, where the Keanu Reeves and the Bruce Leroys are just weak-ass men. Yeah. The Bruce Leroys, they start off, Chi-Town, like, Bruce Leroy, yes, sir. Listen, The Matrix is one of my favorite trilogies of all time, next to like Back to the Future and the John Wick movies, okay? And some of the Avengers shit, right? The Deadpool movies. Those shit all go off hard, okay? Star Wars, all that shit, right? They always are so weak and unsure of themselves. Let's get this shit off the screen, bro. They're always so weak and unsure of themselves in the beginning. I hate that. I don't like being new at anything. I love mastery. I love mastering something. Because I love to know what I'm talking about. Not to like be better than anybody. That's not why. Because I love teaching. Naturally, I love to teach. I get excited to teach people what I know. And when you start watching those movies, there's a weakness. Ain't there? There's like a weakness in these men in the beginning. They don't know who they are. But I think it's because the man in me that is grown looks at that weakness. And I empathize with it because I've been there before. We all have. As I stated in the book of Drizzlations, for all men have simped and fallen short of the glory of pimphood. Okay? That's Drizzlations 13:27. Okay? The book of Drizzlations. Oh my God. All right, I'm sorry. My point on this was Bruce Leroy took on the bully, took on let Dennis with it. Show enough, okay, if y'all remember the movie correctly. And not the cool part about that movie, right? This is the part that got me excited. I don't know about y'all, but they did it. They had like, man, why is he so weak? And why is he kissing Show Enough's Converse? Why is he doing that? Show Enough dunked his head in the water. Y'all remember that? Who's the master? Dunked his head again. Who's the master? And then the coolest part of that scene is when he puts his head in the water, and then what did Bruce Leroy do? Y'all remember the movie, right? Y'all remember the movie. Bruce Leroy started to think back on the past. He started thinking back on all that shit he had gone through. Dennis talked about having similar situations to me with his marriages, his failed marriages. I don't want to say failed, but his marriages that are over. Mine that are over. You think back on all those bruises, all the women who told you weren't good enough, all the people who told you weren't good enough, all the times that you tried and you couldn't. All those moments that you were there with your kids. Maybe they don't see it like you see it. They didn't see all the times that you got up in the middle of the night and you changed diapers and you showed them how to do this. They don't see all of that. You get Bruce Leroy got this picture. And everything in that picture told him one truth. So when Sure Enough took his head out the water, it was probably one of the most dramatic parts of that scene. The water just made this beautiful, whoever saw this cinematic shot of when he pulled his head out the water and then the water made this flow, this bead, the light, man. Like, listen, whoever did that cinematic shot is probably one of the most exciting, even for that old ass movie. It's still an exciting cinematic shot in slow motion where the water just made this mohawk almost, right? In the thing, in the light. Yes, Dennis, exactly. And then he said, who's the master? And what did Bruce Leroy say at that point? I am. And he's like, what? And then he was like, all right. So Sure Enough tried to punch him and he caught his fist. And then he started to glow. Confidence in what he had been through, what he had done, what he had accomplished. Let him know that I survived this shit. I have always been the master of my own situation. And that's what that point was. The simple words, I am, not I think, or I'm a try, or maybe, or tomorrow. I am. That's the secret. I am. So when you figure that shit out, these people who come in your life that don't mean you no good, they can't stand against it because you are the master. You are the master. It was right there in the movie. It told us when we were kids, man. It told us in the goddamn movie. It was there all along. But sometimes we got to go through things to know that we are the master of self. And that's why these skip, stop, scallywags, hee-haws, heifers, and hooly-hoos don't want to come up to you because you mastered self, especially when you've mastered self. There's still something empty inside of you. Still something empty. So I'll run some comments, but let me settle this. So, all right, let me run through the last of these comments. Amen. Hoochie mamas beware. Yes, it did. Yeah. Very good insight. Truth. Man, look, I look at shit differently now, man. You start seeing, going back to the Matrix, you start seeing the coding, man. You're seeing the coding around you, and you're like, how can you read that? Oh, that's blonde, that's brunette, blah, blah, blah. Once you can start seeing the coding, you can start changing the coding. And again, 2 words. I am. Not I might be, not one day, not I think. I am. I am. That's it. It's that simple. I am. It's that simple. Hell yeah, brother. Keep going. You on fire. Thank you so much, man. Absolutely. So that was the soul glow before the soul glow. Yeah. I am. There you go. I am. He transformed and received his golden glow. That's the physical or visual representation of knowing I am. I am. I am enough. I might not be the tallest, but I am enough. I might not be the strongest, but I am enough. I may not be the smartest, but I am enough. And I'm continuing to work on being better every day because I am enough. And I believe that there's a lot of these women who are trying to the B. Simones of the world who like, oh my God, you know, I'm a boss this. Oh man, I ain't got the cash flow. You know, blah, blah. Because you was never enough. You tried to make yourself seem like you were better than regular dudes, than people you don't even know. You're better than them. You came from where they came from. But you didn't know that you was enough. Not this false shit. Because there are going to be some women that's going to be like, well, I know I'm good. Then you're not it. Because true power don't have to boast on itself. Realness don't have to boast on itself. It just is. I am enough. It's just enough. Right? So, I'm going to catch this one real quick. Severe side note, it's why I hate Tyler Perry movies. His movies mainly paint men in crazy, off-center ways. I think he helped write the book of Drizzleation. I didn't watch that latest movie, and don't get me wrong, I like, was it Taraji in that movie? I couldn't watch it, man. Like, I think it's about time that we have to. I haven't watched a Tyler Perry movie in years. I think I almost watched a Madea movie, and I think I got through a few minutes, and I just couldn't, man. I just cut that shit off. I watch sillier things and not cut it off, but I cannot watch that no more, man. How do we, yo, man, how do we watch this shit no more, man? It's insulting. Especially when the men that I talk to, you guys, my brothers, hell, y'all seen Ronald up on the show. Y'all seen P up on the show. I told him he need to get a mic so he can come up on this thing. P, if you watch it, get that mic, son. Get a headphone, get something. But we need to have clarity to hear you, okay? But when I think about the brothers that I have around me and the ones who I talk to, especially on this past Father's Day, my son was here for Father's Day. Y'all, I didn't need nothing else, man. If my son was here on Father's Day, that made my father. This is one of the most memorable Father's Days I've ever had. I'm not gonna lie, it really was. And thank you to my girl's family for having us over, because that made, even with just a chill day, it was still a great day. You know, so yeah, man. Let me catch the last of these comments and then we're going. Jay says the coding is no joke. Yeah, we see around us. We see that that was the whole part of the red pill, right? Like, I don't consider this a red pill channel. This is, like I like to say, is men get to my point and that's what they did. Let me, I'm gonna blow y'all mind real quick. I'm gonna blow your mind real quick. This is off topic, but blow your mind. When Red Fox played in Sanford and Son for the very first episode, pilot, whatever, do you realize he was like my age? I'm gonna let y'all marinate in there. He was in his late 40s, or the beginning of his late 40s, right? Fred Sanford, Red Fox, was my age. Oh, I'll blow your mind some more. When Denzel, I am older than Denzel was when he played Lonzo in Training Day. Or let's go back to the past. There's another one that came up. There was a couple more that I had for you guys. When you look at the dudes back in the day, and they look so much older. Can't use Denzel in Training Day because he was pimped out now. I'm talking about older shows. It was something else. Hell, you probably could look at Benson, Robert Guillaume. He was probably about my age, right? When speaking of the Matrix, right? When Lawrence Fishburne played Morpheus, he was about 45, 46 years old. Older than he was. It gets deeper. That rabbit hole goes deeper. Okay? But why am I bringing it up? I'm telling y'all because this is the time, man. This is the time. That's the age, my age, your age, some of y'all ages. This is the time when we are supposed to start spitting knowledge. This is the time that we're supposed to refer to wisdom. There's a saying, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. And all thy getting, get understanding. That's the age right now. So when I hear these women say, but men ain't it, and blah, 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 I know what TV show you, and I know what media show you, but I also see the media where I see these young dudes on here, not the YNs. I'm talking about when I see the young dudes on here, and they're making powerful statements. They're making powerful connections. You can't tell me that men haven't adapted. Y'all, if y'all watch my last video, the one about, if black women sharing a black man, right? Just throwing it out there, not saying I believe it. I threw it out there as a talking point, something for people to think about. When I said in that video that you have men who are starting to step up, not according to what some of these women out here think. I'm talking about in character. Think about this. Over half of black men, I'm going to use black men, over half of black men are single and childless. Yet you keep hearing this narrative. Oh, y'all out here making all these babies, blah, 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 blah. Huh? Ain't that something? There are more black women with kids than there are black men. Men are holding on to their seeds. They are seeking their peace over dealing with these skip, scop, scallywags, he-highs, he-whoos, heifers, all these things. They are holding on their peace. That is wisdom. Dudes back in the day was just letting that thing go. Them seeds were flying. What do you think? Papa was a Rolling Stone because Papa was letting that seed fly everywhere, man. Oh, ski, ski. I mean, it looked like a Lil Jon video. Oh, ski, 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 ski. Right? Like, I see that some men are getting it. Yeah, we got some knuckleheads out there. Don't get me wrong. But there are dudes that are getting it. And that doesn't get talked about enough. I believe that shit is on purpose. Because the system doesn't function if you don't have the knuckleheads. If you consider yourself, for young dudes that might be watching this, the little 10, 20% that watch this channel, if you consider yourself a YN, you just cannon fire, son. These unmarried women are creating you. They're lifting you up to take care of women like them. And we wonder why the shit is all fucked up. We wonder why they going straight from school, getting themselves either shot, killed, or in prison. Basically plugged into the matrix, creating electricity for the machines. In this case, money for those in the higher ups. Yeah, we ain't got time to be playing no games. Okay? All right, I got to go. I stayed on here about 35 minutes longer than I wanted to, but that I planned to. I'm on here 35 minutes longer because I really enjoyed this conversation. I wanted to. And if you enjoyed this conversation, consider subscribing to the channel. Hit that like button so we can push this out to the algorithm. All right. And make sure you guys check out my breakdown on my latest videos. Right. Get into the comments of those videos. YouTube is trying to hold this channel back. And I'll be honest, it's hard not to think about, hey, let me try to do something that's going to prop this channel up. But man, I'm proud of the work that's going on in this channel, man. I've never been more proud of what I've been doing or what I've been talking about or the nuance that I'm trying to bring to this conversation. And yeah, it might be harsh, but I want to get your attention. But if you wait and get to the end of the message, listen. Stop thinking about how this divisive this could be and think about how this could help. How can I just think a little bit differently to make me spark something different in my conversation, the way I move? And you'll get something from it. All right? I'm going to catch a few more of these comments and I'll be out. Thank you for all that you're doing. I personally appreciate the sacrifice. The dude from Fairfax, thank you very much for this, man. I appreciate you to the highest. Chi-Town says, outstanding live. Thank you very much. Dennis says, great live tonight. Nice spending time with all of you brothers and sisters. God bless you and your families. Right? I agree. Been with you for a few years. Thank you so much. You were definitely needed. I'm not going anywhere. They can try to take away the views. They can take away whatever. They've been trying to take away so much, man. I'm not going anywhere. This work is too important. It's bigger than me. It's my purpose. Lack of emotional intelligence and discipline coming from a lack of male leadership. Yes, we gotta do it. We have to do it. Psychological warfare, yeah. All right, we got a priest there. They said, call the young because they're strong, but call the old because they know the way. Absolutely. That's why they call TV shows programs. Ooh, damn, that's bottom of the ocean. Tyler is a tool of Hollywood. Someone once said that he was able to do what RuPaul couldn't, especially in the church. And that was to readily accept a man in drag. Oh, yo, that's, y'all, I ain't the only one clocking. Tyler Perry promotes Chitlin Circuit Coonery. Yo, he said the Chitlin Circuit, Joe. Nights like this, I wish raindrops would fall. He hyper stylizes Black women's pain and peddles Black family dysfunction for profit. You know what? This might be an unpopular take. I wouldn't care if with all that money they got, I'm talking about the hundreds of millions of dollars, if they were helping out the community in some real way that I could tangibly see. And I don't. They might be giving to charity, but they're giving to charity. I don't see it. I don't see nothing they're doing. Now, here's the thing. I realize, and they realize, that if they did really help the community, the Oprahs, the Jay-Z's, the Tylers, they have a lot in common, don't they? Right? When you start talking about helping the community, they try to take you out. Listen, I'm not a fan of baby oil. I may not be a fan of Diddy. But there's a reason why the prosecution dropped some of those charges. Because who goes to jail for as much time? They tried to put him away on a life sentence. I'm not saying he's innocent. Hear me out. But I'm saying they're trying to put away that man on a life sentence for doing shit that some of these depraved ass billionaires do on a daily basis. Hell, there's a reason why your boy didn't get out of jail. The dude that had the island, Epstein. It's the reason why he didn't get out of jail. Just saying. Diddy was talking about starting a new political party. And then that's when the trouble started. Just saying. So Tyler Perry, they're good. Because Tyler Perry can wear dresses, keep making it our fault that these black women keep choosing these bum-ass dudes. Just saying. Just saying. That's exactly the problem with YouTube and the uncut city chicken shit, chiz, BS trying to stop the truth. Yo, that's true. That thing was canceled because he would have exposed too many secrets. I'm telling you, man. Yo, this I'm telling you, man. Like, it's too funny to be coincidence. It just really is, man. If the only thing that these people know is self-sabotage and blame everyone else for problems and shit show decisions that they all made. Absolutely. Our boss says, all love, Sean, man. Thank you, our boss, man. Man, all the love back to you, man. I appreciate you so much. I agree. Oh, yeah, I already read on it. All right, cool. Okay. And then our boss says, the richer them dudes are getting, the freakier they get in the sheets. Look, this should be another episode. Real quick, before I get off, let's see, I got 23 of y'all in here. This is perfect. Before we get off, I need answers from you all, right? Show is pretty much over. I just need to ask y'all a question. What would y'all mind? Would y'all support? I know y'all will support me, but I'm just saying, I'm trying to think bigger, okay? I gotta get past this algorithm, so I'm gonna have to try to grow the channel. In order to grow the channel, I have to expand the topics. See, the YouTube algorithm shows me that my loyal followers, y'all are like on this wavelength. Yeah, some things y'all don't like, some things y'all love, but for the most part, it's steady, right? I get a steady amount of views now. They're lower than what they used to be, way lower, but it's steady, okay? I'm not getting that line that tells you new people watching the channel. It's like YouTube completely cut off all new viewers. And it's been so since January, okay? So I want to get this channel back growing again. I'm going to have to expand the topics. I need to know, are y'all down with that? When I say expand the topics, see how we just went off and started talking about, like if I did a video and said, hey, they tried to take Diddy down, or let's just talk about it. Would y'all be down with that? Or if I don't like to talk about, I keep this the same way I kept this in the military. You don't talk about religion and politics. I bring up religion all the time, but not in the sense of, hey, you better listen or whatever. I just use the words. I use the quotes because there's truth in it, right? But I got to be able to expand the topics just a tad bit. But if you all don't watch it, if you all don't comment, like it, watch it all the way through, it's going to tank. I mean, it's going to tank terribly. But I got to risk it. Like, I should be able to come on this channel and put out, I watched this Tyler Perry movie, so you don't have to. And let's talk about it. Are y'all okay with that? Okay. Dark Pisces says, I'm cool with expanding the scope of topics. I have to. If we're going to grow the channel, I have to expand it. We gotta be able to, I gotta be able to hit topics that you all like, but I gotta be able to expand it so that other people see those topics that would normally not watch the channel and say, wow, that was a really interesting take. Okay, I'm good with the expansion as long as there's no compromise on the message. And I know you won't do that. Oh, hell no. No. If anything, actually, Fairfax, anything, that controversialness or just being real about it actually might benefit us in this channel. Think about it, man. Because some people try to like, oh, I'm going to go so much out, I'm trying to make people feel comfortable. No, like the thing ain't about making some people feel comfortable. It's about presenting them the truth. or at least presenting them another way to think about the truth, or another way to present them to think about something that they may not have thought of at all. That's the point. And that's the brilliance in it. That's what it should do. But there's also the thing that people don't want the truth no more, right? People want to live in their bubble ecosystem lies, whatever, right? Or, lies, truth, it all blurs, And so that's a good question. My target audience is always you all. That's my target audience. And that's why, look, hold up, right here. As long as there's no compromise on the message, you all are here because of the message. Because y'all know I'm gonna talk about it in a way that you all understand, you all relate to. That's why you're here. If I'm not compromising on my message, then the goal is to expand to people who are interested in the topic. Does that make sense? So they may not fit the normal demographic, but they respect the topic. And again, look, people that aren't respectful of the channel, block them. If y'all don't know that already, like if you come here disrespecting the gents, or you come in and be disrespectful, or you're so limited in your thinking, I block you. Listen, I leave comments that I don't even agree with all the time. I leave them for y'all to look at. But when you're disrespectful, or you're not trying to understand or overstand, and you go disrespectful with me, or you don't like the way I look or the way I bring this, or we don't want to hear you that much. Well, fuck, it's called TSG Uncut. But you better be lucky I don't talk the whole goddamn video. Those people I block because I don't want you here. I don't need you here. So, yeah, no. I am going to figure out how I can make the content for you all, because this is your channel. So it's your content. But would expand the topic so that we get other people that says, I'm interested in this topic too. Just to get some new voices to hear it, to expand the reach. Because again, that's what good content creators do, right? They pivot. You obviously don't want to remake something and mess it up. Or you don't want to get to like Rick and Morty season 5 and everybody's like, this shit is trash now. You know what I mean? So you don't want them things. You don't want to be like you don't want to be like Disney making these Disney Plus shows that nobody want to watch. You don't want to get to that part of expanding. Hell no. You like, how do we take what's good and make that shit better? So then it says, I understand. Press says, yes, I'm definitely in. Too many people in too many echo chambers, addicted to cope and delusion, and adverse to truth. Absolutely. I'm with all of it. I'm here for the long haul. I appreciate you, man. Come on, dog. Is that even a question? I have to. Okay, I have to ask. Let's go, Sean. I will drop in some hints to make the channel go viral. I appreciate that. Daughter of Yah. Sounds good. Let's do it. Expand. Okay, cool. All right. So what I'm going to do is, this is how we're going to do it. I'm going to use the community post to put a poll up. So when I get these, hey, I'm thinking of going here, blah, blah, I'm going to give y'all a number of options. Vote on the one that you like the best. And then I'll see how y'all rank them in order based on what y'all clicked on. And I'll maybe put like, I think there's only 4 options now. Used to be 5 poll options. Look, I said 5 with my hand like this. There used to be 5 poll options. I think there's only 4 now. I might even do all of the above. Let me know. But the point is, before I do anything new with the expanding the topics, I'll put it in a poll and let y'all vote on what y'all want to see. That way, and then y'all can tell me in the comments, we don't like none of these. Let me know. but I want you all to have an active part of growing this channel and expanding this channel so we can grow the reach. Because it don't make sense, bro. It don't make sense what I'm seeing. That's a whole nother topic. But the shit that I'm seeing on YouTube, something's wrong. And I feel like I'm being punished for speaking the truth, but then also trying to unify around Black men and Black women who actually get it. Whenever I get to that part of unifying Black men and Black women, I'm running into walls. I'll leave it at that. And it's fishy and it's suspicious. And I'm just saying. We got to beat you 2 hours by being a little controversial, but staying true to ourselves. Let's play the number game, Sean. Okay. Again, I'm going to inform y'all every step of the way because I can't do this channel without you all. Okay. Making money tips, cryptocurrency are popular. Okay. You got to understand, if I do something on money or whatever, that's not necessarily I can say that's my strong suit because I'm good with money, but that's not my forte, right? Like but I will take money stories and put it around topics that go in line with this channel. Does that make sense? So to expand, you have to it has to be an expansion of the topics you talk about, but your foot still has to be in the same topics. Does that make sense? Because if not, then YouTube will show it to the wrong people. So you have to have it rooted in what the core of the channel is to expand out. Does that make sense? Good strategy. Polls are a good tool. Sounds good. Okay. Time for innovation and getting money in your pocket, Sean. Listen, again, I'm okay. I can't expand the operations. I can't expand the operations without money. Like all the bigger channels expand their operations. Like Mr. Beast is able to give away so much money because his operation, he has a team. I can't afford a team. I have one person work for me, and I just had to tell them, hey, we're kind of hurting right now. I didn't let them go, but I got rid of a few services to give them more money. That's what I've done. Because if y'all ever see TikTok, TSG on TikTok, or y'all see me on Instagram, y'all see any of my clips on those, that's my partner. That's the person that works for me. She does all the clips up. She's the one that posts on both platforms. I might peek on every now and then and look at a few comments, but that's all her. And I've had to tell her, like, hey, something's going on with YouTube. They've kind of cut me off at the legs. So I can't expand the team. I can't make this better until I can afford a team. I got to afford a team. All right. So listen, I'm going to cut up these videos into smaller videos. If you see it, don't say I've seen that before, because I'm going to add more to it. It might be the same words, but there's going to be other videos attached to it. There's going to be other things. I don't just give you the same thing and expect y'all to swallow the same damn thing, okay? That was bad choice of words. Sorry about that. Pause, okay? So I remix the videos. Every video, it's its own video, even if I use old material, okay? So, but I see other, what's that? So I see other channels do it. I seen Kevin Samuels do it. I need to do it, but I need you guys' support in order to make that happen. All right, I've talked long enough about it. I just wanted y'all to know that y'all are part of the plan going forward. and I got to beat this algorithm. This thing is trying to hold us back, and I'm done with this shit. I'm done. I am, and you are. So we'll do that together. All right, gents. Expect to see some videos. If not tomorrow, Friday for sure. Okay. I got a bunch of topics to get to, bunch of folders to get topics out of, and I want to hear from you. So until next time, live your best life.